Okay, so this video is just to show you how to do a bar graph on notes to help with question 3, or the third part of your task on your recent OneNote. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open notes here. Now you will do this, you'll open it and it'll be a blank note. You won't have this table here, it'll look something just a bit like that. That's totally fine. First thing you're going to do is you're going to press the middle icon in the top right corner. You're going to go to line and grids, and we're going to click the bottom left option, and it means you will have a nice square background like this. Now this is going to act like our graph paper because we are going to be drawing bar graphs. Now if I go back up to it, you have done your frequency tables. That was the first 4 questions you should have done. So you should have loads of tables that look a bit like this, where you've got groups, you've got tallies, and you've got frequencies. Now I've just made this one up at random just as the example, but you're going to be using the data that you have got. So what I'm going to do is, bottom right hand corner, I'm going to tap on this wee icon to get my pen set up, and this is what we are going to use to do it. So for my graph, you're always going to be using the left hand column. So in this case I've got group, and the very right hand column, which in this case is frequency. We're never going to be using that tally column because our tally and our frequency, they pretty much show the same thing anyway. So always group and frequency. So what you will notice is you've got a load of pens here. You can change the colour and various things, but you also have this icon here, which is a ruler, and this is going to be really, really important. So I'm going to use the ruler. If you just pinch it, you can turn it around. Now what I'm going to do first is I am going to draw in the axes for my graph, which when you do this, the pen follows quite nicely along the ruler, so it should be nice and easy for you. And then I'm going to draw in my other axes as well. So remember, axes, super important to graphs. So the one across the bottom, this is our x-axis, and the one going up the way, this is our y-axis. So when we're doing this, data is really, really important. It tells us what's going to be on our x and our y-axis. And the way it works is the thing in the left-hand row, which in this case is our group, that is going to be on our x-axis. So I am going to label my x-axis as, I'm going to use a better pen than that. I'm going to label my x-axis here as group. And it's going to have the numbers 1, so group 1, 2 for group 2, and 3 for group 3. And you can see I've nicely evenly spread them out there. So that's our x-axis. Our y-axis is going to be a right-hand column, which is, in this case, always, very nicely, going to be frequency. So I'm just going to label my y-axis. It would help if I didn't turn the screen. Put my screen lock on. I'm going to label this axis as frequency. Remember, labeling your axes is crucial to a graph. A lot of you forgot to do this in the sports day task, so remembering that. And then I'm just going to put in my numbers. So if we look at my frequency, you can see the highest number is 6, so that means this needs to go up to 6. So I'm going to start with 0. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've just got enough room. 6 is actually going to be right at the top for me. And again, you can see these are evenly spread out. I've done 2 box gaps. For these, you can decide how big or how small to make this, as long as it's evenly spread out. I don't mind. And then the final thing that's left is to actually draw my bars. So I'm going to choose a different colour for these and choose a nice blue. So using the table, we can see my frequency for group 1 is going to be 4. So I'm just going to take my ruler and I am going to draw a line all the way up to 4. All the way down from 4 is what I'm actually doing. Oops, I tapped that. So my ruler's gone now as well. So if I get my ruler back, I'm going to draw my line all the way down here. And then the most important thing, turn your ruler side on for that line at the top. If you draw that line at the top without a ruler, all that's going to happen is I'm going to ask you to draw it again. Really, really important that you draw these lines with a ruler. And then we're going to do the same for our other ones. So for group 2, our frequency is 2, so we're going to draw the line all the way from 2. And then I'm actually going to do group 3 before I do the top. So group 3 is going all the way up to 6. You can see it's going 6. And then I'm just going to turn my ruler side on to draw the tops of these 2 bars. Now it is a bit of a faff. It's obviously in notes, it's not in It's not on actual graph paper, so it's a wee bit harder and it's a bit of a fiddle with the iPad. Now you can do these on Excel if you think you got really good at Excel. I'm more than happy with this, but this is a nice easy way to do it as well. What you can then do if you want as well is you could colour these in, as long as you keep it nice and neat. You could do each of these bars in different colours. I don't really mind how you do it, as long as you're producing a nice clean graph at the end. Final thing to do is take a screenshot, so press your home button and your on off button at the same time quickly. I'll take a screenshot like that and put it into the bottom corner. And all I'm going to do is I am going to drag it in to basically crop my graph so as it's just my graph. Then if you click done and save to photos, it means whenever you go to your photos, you will see, I'll find this one, you will see it appear there. And then you just take this and you're just going to insert this into your OneNote, and that means I can see it. So that is how to draw a graph in Notes.